Classic Hollywood is known for its on-screen rivalries and off-screen conflict, but one quarrel never received the full attention it deserved until recently. Actor James Garner finally opened out about his complex bond with fellow tough guy Charles Bronson in a 1998 interview that had never been publicly shared before. The end effect is a startling portrayal of friendship, envy, and respect for one another that gives both heroes' legacies new depths. The scene was set at Chateau Marmont in Beverly Hills on a cold December evening. Garner, still high from Death Wish 3, had consented to a dinner with Bronson after the success of the reunion TV film The Rockford Files, instead of the salvos the reporters had anticipated, an unfettered discussion about craft, fame, and the pressures of being the tough guy in a culture that was softening took place over martinis. With a nostalgic tone, Garner observed, Charles was the epitome of stoicism. Like he ruled the world, he would sit at the end of the bar with his shoulders squared. That guy. He doesn't need friends, I used to think. However, he then purchased a round for everyone, which is uncommon generosity from a man who doesn't say much. In contrast to his well-knownly modest public character, Garner's disclosure provides the first indication of Bronson's generosity in private. Although the two had only met a few times, at different awards banquets and studio lot screenings, Garner acknowledged feeling jealous of his career. I would think, man, I wish I could hold a scene like that without saying a word, as I watched him climb onto a set. Kaboom, that silent presence, he was the minimalist king. Bronson's captivating on-screen persona, the strength of quiet, leathery lines, and the rugged gaze is further highlighted by Garner's admission. Respect, however, was reciprocal. In a similarly elusive video, Bronson commended Garner's hilarious timing. Jim has that everyman charm, Bronson acknowledged in a rough yet earnest tone. His punchlines are unexpected and flawless, landing like a historian's epiphany. His image is given depth by Bronson's acknowledgement, which shows that he was not only a vigilante justice advocate but also a conscientious craftsman who valued the nuanced power of comedy. It wasn't always easy, though. In the late 1970s, both actors fought for the same film roles. A gritty investigator here, a gritty bounty hunter there. Garner admitted, I remember competing for the same parts. I'd get a sting when he got a role I wanted. However, Charles responded to rejection by merely nodding no long pouts. I admired that poise. Garner's frank analysis highlights Bronson's grounded professionalism while exposing the fragility hidden beneath Hollywood bluster. Following a near-tragic event on Bronson's Murphy's Law set, their connection grew stronger. A supporting actor was almost crushed by an automobile, and a stunt went awry. A visiting Garner hurried in, first to remove debris, then to soothe the trembling staff. Later, with stern lips, Bronson pulled Garner aside and muttered, You saved a life tonight. It wasn't heroism, just reaction, says Garner angrily. However, it seemed like the greatest compliment from him. This unreported story emphasizes a common code. Devotion and promptness can outweigh opulence. Garner also talked about Bronson's horrific early life, which included living in a Pennsylvania steel town and wheat trenches. In that 1998 interview, Garner remarked, he brought that history into every role. You could feel the weight of everything Charles had survived when he walked. This realization clarifies Bronson's sincerity. His roughness was genuine, not a fad. Why is this important now then? Since Bronson died in 2014 and Garner died in 2003, their legendary careers run the risk of being reduced to cliches. Bronson the silent avenger, Garner the pleasant raconteur. These recently revealed insights serve as a reminder that they were more complex guys, peers who valued, envied, and rescued one another. Remember this while you relive Garner's most brilliant rejoinders or Bronson's famous looks. Beneath the hard exteriors lie hearts that are capable of heroism, humility, and awe. In their own comments, which have finally been made public, James Garner and Charles Bronson show us that respect earned, not just roles performed, is what creates legacy.